The No Fate channel, checking in. And for those of you on a bulk, today I'm going to be showing you how to make 4 different types of lean mass gainers. On my Sunday supplement review series, I have reviewed a few mass gainers, and I have found that many of them, the ones that I've reviewed and just the ones that I've seen online, are actually, many of them are just junk. The only one that comes to mind that was actually any good whatsoever was Nutrbio's Extreme Mass, because they listed the amount and quality of the protein that they put in, and they listed the degree of polymerization for their maltodextrin. Oftentimes these supplement companies throw in extremely cheap junk protein, and then they throw in what they call as maltodextrin, but it's refined in such a way that your body just treats it as straight sugar. So they're dumping in junk into this protein powder, marketing to you on the bottle and just crazy claims about gaining mass and getting big, and they're just selling you, like, a $4 shake that costs them 15 cents to make, and it's complete garbage. So today I thought it would be good to show you how to make homemade lean mass gainers. So who out there actually needs a lean mass gainer? And the reality is very few of you. So many young guys, they go on a bulk and they got to get in all these calories, and they get sold all of the marketing spiel that these supplement companies put out, and they think that they're going to be taking in tons and tons of calories. And the reality is you're doing it wrong. You're taking in crap calories. You're going to be putting on fat, not muscle. And when it comes time to cut, it's going to be so much harder because you've got to get rid of all that fat. And as a man, most of that fat ends up right around your waist, and it's not pleasant looking, okay? Let's just put it out there. So if you are on a bulk and you are having difficulty getting in all your calories, okay, if you basically cross off those 2 criteria, that's the only time you would want to then substitute your food, your whole food, and any protein powders that you might have with lean mass gainers. I'm going to go over 4 different types of lean mass gainers that you can make at home. I'm going to go over the ingredients, the cost, the calories, and the macros, and we're diving in right now. Right now, I'm going to show you how to make the best lean gainer mass protein shake possible. It's better than anything else on the market. It's better than any type of mass gainer on the market today. And the reason that no other company has put this together and sold it to you is because they would have to charge you $5 to $6 per serving to actually make a profit on it. So first and foremost, I already dumped in 2 scoops of Nutrbio's Super Carb. Now this is a highly branched cyclic dextrin. It mixes and dissolves very, very well. This is an unflavored version. I prefer the unflavored version because it has high versatility. 2 scoops delivers 50 grams of carbohydrate. So why is it better than what's normally in mass gainers, maltodextrin? And the reason is it clears the stomach very quickly, which means you're not going to have a lot of bloating or stomach discomfort. However, even though it clears the stomach quickly, it is slow absorbing, slow digesting. You're going to get a very long digestion window. And we've said it in previous videos, and I will continue to say it. You don't want to spike that insulin. You want to have as long of a digestion window as possible to, again, get those nutrients into your system, but not spike your insulin and store fat. If you store fat, if you gain fat, you then have to take it off later during a cut, and you can't flex fat. So an extremely amazing carbohydrate product, highly branched cyclic dextrin. Can't say enough about it. Why don't more supplement companies use it in their mass gainers? It is expensive, and I do mean expensive. If you get this in bulk and you buy it on sale, 1 scoop is 75 cents. So I just dumped in 2 scoops. So we're already at $1.50 right now, and that is, again, using my code NOFATE247 at Nutrbio.com and rocking their super sales, making sure you get the most discount possible. Boom, down to 75 cents. Now here we go. We have ApollonNutrition's 50/50 Formula X. This is a blended protein of whey protein isolate and casein protein. And the reason I like the blended proteins is, again, trying to extend that digestion window, trying to push out as far as possible that absorption amount so that you're not spiking all of your calories at once. It's much better on your body, much easier on your stomach, and it's just better for you all around. And obviously peanut butter cookie is a delicious flavor. So I'm going to do 1.5 scoops. So why am I not doing 2 scoops? Okay, so 2 scoops. 1 scoop is 24 grams. 2 scoops, as you can do some math, 48 grams of protein. Why am I not doing 2 scoops? Why am I only doing 1.5? Your body can only absorb so much protein at once, especially in liquid form like a protein shake. You don't want to be trying to dump in 48 grams of protein all at once into your system. And the reason is you're just wasting money. You're not going to be able to take advantage of it. Your body's not going to be able to absorb it. Unlike a steak, an egg, or a chicken type of protein that you would chew and eat, that's going to take a lot longer for your stomach to digest and a lot longer to absorb. So you can get away with eating 50 grams or 60 grams of a steak protein versus a liquid protein such as this. Again, same code, NoFate247 at ApollonNutrition if you want that. But again, this stuff is expensive, and that's why you're not seeing these types of protein mass gainers put together and sold on the market today, because the cost would just be too high. And most people, when they want mass gainers, they target those younger individuals who either don't know any better or they think they need to get big fast, and they don't realize that taking in junk mass gainers is only going to make them store fat and not gain muscle. Hopefully you found this informative. Now I'm going to mix it up. Obviously you want to make sure that you have a nice good shaker cup with an awesome YouTube NoFate247 sticker. Here's how to make a low-budget, homemade, lean mass builder. The predominant carbohydrate in almost all of your mass builders is maltodextrin. And not all maltodextrins are created equal. The reason being is, as we know, you can make something really well and you can make something really cheaply and call it the same thing. Oftentimes with the cheap maltodextrins that are thrown into a lot of the generic mass builders out there, it's refined in such a way that you get a very, very quick release of insulin, basically an insulin dump into your system. It's treated in your body almost like you were eating sugar. And again, the last thing you want when you're putting a ton of calories into your body is a ton of sugar. The one reason I like Nutrbio's CarboMax is because they are 100% transparent. They list the amount of polymerization with their carbohydrate. What that means is, because this CarboMax is clearly labeled, clearly identified, you know that because of that polymerization, you're going to get a much better digestion window and a much more even release of that energy, and of course the resulting insulin response. And that's what you want when you are on a bulk, when you are trying to gain lean mass. The last thing you want to do is have a quick insulin dump. You want to get that lower, slower digesting carbohydrate. So this CarboMax is going to digest relatively quickly, but it's going to give you a much longer digestion window than some of the cheaper maltodextrins out there, and of course sugar. So let's say we're going to do 2 scoops of this. That's going to give you 2 full scoops, is going to give you 56 grams of carbohydrates. As you can see, it's just white. It has no flavoring to it whatsoever. If you are interested in this CarboMax, Nutrbio.com, code NoFate247 to get you 10% off, and that code does help out the channel. It does help, give me money to buy more supplements and to do more videos. Now, for our protein source, we are using MYPROTEIN's Impact Whey Isolate. This is one of the least expensive isolates you can get out there, especially when you buy it in these 11-pound containers. First and foremost, some of their flavors not that good. Salted caramel is their best flavor by far. Anyone who tells you differently is just straight lying. So we're going to do 2 scoops of this. 2 scoops. Now the reason we're using this protein for our budget lean mass builder is not because it's a whey isolate. That does obviously help because you're going to get a cleaner type of protein with respect to the fats and carbohydrates that are in that protein, but because it is so inexpensive. This is like 25 cents per serving if you buy that 11-pound bag and you use that code NoFate247. Again, that code does help me out. So full disclosure, I do get a small kickback on that code. If you can find a better code, hey, use a better code. This is a post-workout lean mass weight gainer. And again, it's because it's post-workout, it's going to be slightly higher in carbs, and we're going to use some fruits. So first and foremost, you want to start off with some ice water. That's going to make everything taste better if you can get it nice and cold and refreshing. We are going to add in 1 banana. I'm getting mine out of the freezer. One way to kind of add some goodness to your and some thickness to your protein shakes is to simply add a frozen banana. It also prevents them from going bad. If you do have overripe bananas, dump them in the freezer and they will last a long, long time. Next, we are going to add in oats. These are old-fashioned oats. Now we're going to put in 1 cup of old-fashioned oats. The difference between old-fashioned oats and quick oats is only the size of the oats. Carbohydrates wise and food wise, it's exactly the same thing. If you are looking for a thicker shake, I would say use the old-fashioned oats. If you're looking for a thinner protein shake, go with the quick oats. If you want something super thin, what you do is you get the quick oats and then you pre-blend the quick oats in your blender to kind of almost make them super, super small. They're going to dissolve and they're going to mix a lot easier and smoother. This is actually going to give us a nice thick protein shake, but that's really what I prefer. Now, we're going to add 1.5 scoops of protein. Post-workout, I would probably try to shoot for more of the isolate because it's going to be quicker absorbing. But if you are on a bulk, it doesn't really matter, to be completely honest with you. The reason being it doesn't matter when you're on a bulk is because you've got so much food in you anyway. You're going to have an overabundance of nutrients in your system to begin with. So the rate of digestion of the protein, not a huge deal. And again, you still don't want to go with like 2 scoops of protein or like, 50 grams of protein. Way too much protein to be taken in, especially in liquid form. Even though we're adding in whole food, which will slow down the digestion process, still way too much protein. People are going crazy with the proteins with regards to those scoops, and supplement companies are trying to sell you the idea that you need to have more and more protein. And the reality is, the reason it's a waste of money is because your body just can't digest it and absorb it quick enough because it is in such a fine, refined state of protein. Here we go. So for a very quick whole food mass builder, we're going to start off with oats. I have old-fashioned oats, which are actually bigger in terms of the particle size than instant oats, so they take a little bit longer in the microwave. However, they are going to have a slower digestion window and a little bit lower on the glycemic index. So there we go. We're going to start off with 1 cup of those. And when it comes to bulking, when it comes to nutrition in general, you try to get as much whole food as possible. We're going to do 2 eggs. For a little bit of flavor kick, we're going to add approximately 1/2 cup of frozen blueberries because it's convenient and it's going to make the flavor pop just a little bit extra. And when adding water, you want to add just a little bit of extra water because once it's all said and done, you are going to add in 1 scoop of protein. We're going to throw this in the microwave for 1.5 minutes, take it out, stir, and then put it in for another minute. So adding in 1 scoop of whey protein isolate from Nutrbio. This is their cinnamon sugar donut flavor. Now this whey protein isolate is extremely clean in terms of additional fats and carbs. It's very clean, almost all protein. Why am I using cinnamon sugar donut? Because it tastes delicious. Not all their flavors are great, but this is by far their best tasting protein. And there you have a very lean, clean, mass gaining meal using as much whole food as possible. Obviously, we threw in the whey protein isolate from Nutrbio, that cinnamon sugar donut flavor, which is delicious, to give it just a little bit more flavor and add in some very clean whey protein. Hopefully you have found at least one of these 4 homemade lean mass gainers beneficial and something that you might use on your next bulk. Let me know in the comments below which one seemed most appetizing to you, and if you have any questions that I might be able to answer. If you came this far in the video, you know what to do. Give it a like, hit that subscribe button, use my Amazon affiliate code if you happen to shop at Amazon.com. I'll link it in the description below. As usual, thanks for watching, and don't save anything for the trip back. I am dedicated to helping you dads be great parents to your children and still accomplish your own personal goals. I post tips and tricks to save you dads time, energy, and money. 3 things that are in short supply for every dad out there.